Hello and welcome to another Let's Play. Me, GamerWolfSix of the Smoke Room. Before we start, if you're interested in playing this game, you can get it for free on itch.io. But if you want to support the people that make this game and or get the newest version earlier, you can go to their Patreon, where I actually did verify it's $3 a month. Anyways, on the last Let's Play, we met up with Murdoch and Sisters and Cliff at the Hip, which is kind of weird because, I don't know, they just came from church and then they go to, I guess it's, a place to drink as well, but it's brothel. I don't know. And, it was a bit weird. We were invited to dinner, but then we were, thankfully, I guess, thankfully invited by, not Holly, but the other girl, to come be at the observatory and look at stars, and we learned a bit about stuff. But then, what's her name? The black cat that we were coming with, came in, and we had a little bit of a, not really heated argument, but we had a bit of a talking without talking thing, and then she was like, and I need somebody to escort me because it's dark at night, and at which point we're like, hell, can't get out of this. So anyways, just hit my face. Let's start. The halls of this place feel a lot longer at night. Alright, what do you want? The both of us know you wouldn't have asked for me if you weren't after something. So, what is it? I wonder what happened to make you so paranoid, Mr. Ayers. Enough, I reckon. Maybe all those rumors floating around about you being a cocksucker. It do be like that. I stop. Excuse me? Language, Mr. Ayers. No, that's not how it works. Do you know how many times my mama would have slapped the shit out of me if I dared to talk that way to her? Oh, fucking pardon me. Hell no. What the fuck is wrong with you? You shouldn't even know about these things, much less be talking about them. Who says I'm talking about anything? I just hear what I hear. You heard wrong, little girl. Lies. You don't know shit about me, and if you don't get to your point by the time we're at the front door, you're not gonna talk to me ever again. You hear me? There's a lot of things I want to talk about. Then you better start talking fast. Alright. She starts flipping a coin in her paw as we walk and catches it with one hand. Each metallic clink leaves a bit of pain in my ears. First, did you figure out that Miss Briars hides messages in her activities? Huh? The notes she gives some people. There's often something hidden in them. Most people don't notice. I thought it was a joke at first, but the messages are weird sometimes. I've tried to ask her about it before, but she won't talk about it with me. Well, I'll be honest. I have no clue what you're talking about. Also lies. I'm a bit surprised you know about that, but that don't matter much. No, wait. I'm a little surprised about that. Second thing is, I keep seeing you around Miss Briar's brother a lot. And so what? Easy there. I want to know if you think he knows about those messages. He's never told me anything about any messages. Then I'd appreciate it if you asked him. And why's that? Maybe just see how he reacts. Not a single goddamn so-called respectable adult in this town gives me the time of day when I tell him my best friend's missing. So I figure maybe the less respectable ones would give a damn. Murdoch Briars is plenty respectable. I don't know why I have the sudden urge to say that. I'm angry. You really don't have a clue about anything people say, do you? Then what do people say? that his ma and pa are the only reason he ain't locked up or dead. That if it weren't for them, he'd be in considerable amount of trouble. What makes his parents so special then? I guess you could say people believe the headmaster is raising all of Echo's children. Headmaster. That would be a crock of shit, of course, but it's undeniable that considerable amount of folk trust that woman's words. More so than yours truly, at the very least. Well, that ain't saying much. She flipped the coin again. Yes, that puts us in the same boat, don't it? Listen. You're clearly pretty strong, and more importantly, you're an adult. You can get into all sorts of places I couldn't. People say you do all sorts of things for money. People lie. Oh sure, unquestionably. But I need some help looking for somebody. In a place I don't want a lot of people to know about. And I got money. Oh yeah? How much money? The cat holds up a coin in the moonlight. It's a double eagle shine between the fingers. I see double eagle shine between the fingers, and I can feel my heartbeat in my throat as I struggle to talk. Where'd you get a hold of that? Found it. Found it where? There's a moment where the cat looks at the coin in her paw, then back to me, giving me an odd look, like she's putting one and two together in her head. I can show you sometime, but only if you agree to help me for a whole week. Just a week? That's all I need. But you have to start tomorrow. I bite the bottom of my lip, watching her roll that coin in between her fingers, wondering if that's one of my coins. And if it is, how'd she get a hold of it? Well, either A, evidence, or B, she likes hanging out in the mines. And I did see a video meme on the internet, which basically is dubbed over by like Bob's Burgers. I really like that show. But anyways, and yeah. She and I think Murdoch and I think Nick are in the mines there. Anyways. Knowing that if I told her it might be mine, she'd ask me to prove it. And then she'd know what I've done. Where should I meet you then? And when? Meet me in the old cemetery south of the train station at 5 p.m. Give or take half an hour. It's a bit of a walk. Come or don't. When I leave the school behind us, hearing the observatory's whirs and clacks leaving us behind, and the sounds of crickets hit our ears. The cat sprints off without any kind of light. I want to tell her not to do that, but I get the feeling she won't listen to me anyway. I'm thankful that there's nobody to greet me when I get back to the hip. Tomorrow's gonna be another busy day, so it'll be good to relax a little. Gosh, maybe I should get I don't know, what's it called? Scarf, that's it. Because right now my throat is killing me, even though I've done what? A let's play and a quick look of a visual novel today? I should definitely freshen up before I go to sleep, though. But I might not get to... might not get to know what some... Now, I might not get to now that somebody's knocking on the door. I feel like there should be punctuation there. Come in. The door opens, and Cynthia shows up. My favorite character. Good morning, Sam. Evening, Cynthia. You doing alright? I haven't seen you around much as of late. Okay, that must be the outside noise. I was wondering if there was ominous wind. You're going to be able to make rent this month, won't you? For once, I'm not worried about that. Oh, so you have to pay rent here? I mean, I guess. I wonder if rent is just, part of the work stuff. Anyways. Oh, really? That daytime job pays well. Oh, Sam, it's fantastic. It's about time. I'm the one acting a fool for worrying. But it's nice of you to worry. This is just one of the few times I think you don't have to. You have no idea how good that sounds to hear that. Should I bring up a cocktail? The girls are experimenting. Not unless y'all invent a new way to serve water. I'm taking these tonight. Okay, don't need to be told twice. Rest well, Sam. I think I can, for once. That girl will give me half my savings back. Wait, that girl will give me half my savings back. Oh, the black cat. William's paws aren't too tied to cast any suspicion on me. And I haven't heard a peep out of any demon nor spirits today. Maybe Murdoch and Ralph are right. Don't feel bothered, and they can't bother you. Ain't that right, you evil bastards? Well, I guess I ain't talking. Music to my ears. Or inside my head, really. Can't beat this. Nobody has to ever know what I did. It's kind of funny to think where the demons or whatever is like, he jerked off. Now he can't do any spooky shit. What am I gonna do? Anyways, turns out I did rest well. So well that I slept in. How are we on time? Okay, we're good. Set my face while this turns. It's really bright outside. I can't be late for my second week. There isn't any time to eat breakfast or wash my face, but I can do that when the crowd is slow. When I walk through the front door of the general store, Ralph stares me down from behind the cash register. You look well rested. Must be nice. Still getting used to working a second job. Must be difficult to work with so many tools. Harder than you think. He places one of his digits on his lips. No more. You're lucky it was a slow morning. Murdoch covered for you. I exhale as the concern leaves me. Where's Murdoch right now? He's developing some birthday portraits in the Red Room. Thanks. Remember to knock before barging in. Those clients would be furious if you ruined their shot. I've got it. Thanks. When I get to the closet, I knock on the door. It's me. Can I come in? Just a minute. I hear rustling inside the closet. Okay, come in. He takes off a pair of thick rubber gloves as he watches me enter and close the door as quickly as I can master. It's good of you to keep coming back, but if you're always late, my father will catch you sooner or later. I need the rest. I promise it won't happen tomorrow. Well, I hope it wouldn't. The less time you spend here, the fewer opportunities we have to be alone. We should have plenty of time together if you hadn't run off with that ferret. Mr. Tibbets is a stoat, Mr. Ayers. I don't care. Why are you wasting time with him when you know something happened at the lake? I felt that Mr. Tibbets deserved a similar kind of warning to the one I gave you. He hasn't lived here for long. He's ignorant to its danger. He needs to leave while he still has a chance. And he believed everything you say? Of course he didn't. He's as stubborn as you are. But he did listen when I brought up all of the Meseta marketplaces in Camp Rosa. I doubt to avoid the opportunity to go when it's only a short train ride away. How sweet. Now, what did William say about the lake? He said he's already looking into it. What the hell does that mean? It means he thinks he knows what's going on, and that it's not information he's willing to share. Do you think he knows what's going on? No, I don't. William is very logical, but he's also very emotional. I think that if he always trusts his senses, they'll lead him to every logical conclusion, to a very logical conclusion. Very logical, very wrong conclusions. But if he can figure out what's reliable and what isn't on his own, then there's some hope for him. And for us. We talk about our worries some more as I help him develop more film. My worries about him, about me. So here's the thing, did you bring him to the lake and be, okay, think the horrible thought, no, wait, look at this picture, think a horrible thought, look at the picture again? Or was that, or, because I feel like when you do that, people might be like, you know? Also, if you frame that picture, you could at least make it a sideshow. I mean, you could. Make money off of it. Yeah, hopefully no one steals it, since it's a valuable tool. Though maybe you could pick other pictures for it, because it wouldn't just be that one. Like, as you remember a couple of Let's Plays ago when the entire wall got all weird. Though maybe that's just us. About William, and Cliff, and Cynthia. About the strange woman with the hat, and the piece of paper his sister gave me. Okay, those are, maybe this strange young woman in the hat is the black cat, and this piece of paper his sister gave me is, his sister. Because I was thinking he was meaning the same person. That could be different people. She told me, your sister writes secret messages. I passed it to him, and he squints at it before folding it up and put it in his pocket. Well, Delilah does love her puzzles. That does sound like something she tortures students with. I'll look into it. It's afternoon. At afternoon, I have to take a loaf of bread and a bottle of jam from the shelves to keep myself from getting dizzy during the day. Murdoch doesn't care, but Ralph gives me plenty of shit about vlogging the price of the products and eating it in the wrong place. But we find a surprise at the front of the store when we hear the doorbell ringing. Murdoch's older sister Holly steps in. I really don't know much about her other than that she has a fiancé. And that he comes a lot. Good afternoon, Holly. It's certainly a good afternoon, Ralph. A bit far from the school, aren't you? I'll be back before lunch hour is up. Don't worry on my behalf. I wouldn't put myself through any trouble. I wouldn't put myself through the trouble. Don't know what that means. When she turns away from him, he shoots her a withering look. Why? Is it because he thinks she's gonna make Murdoch do more work or something? She tilts her head and pivots her stance as if looking for somebody, until her gaze narrows in on me. Just the gentleman I was looking for. Can I help you, ma'am? No, ma'am, indeed. Needed. Call me Holly. So, I know that this is the last. So I know this is at the last minute, but I did mention that I and my mother wanted to invite you over for dinner. What for? To get to know you better. Think of it as being part of our extended family in a fashion. I wasn't aware that families paid labor costs to maintain their relationships. But then again, it seems to be a bad argument to make against this family. Let him ease into knowing us, Holly. Okay, sorry but for another tangent, but it's like, do you ever remember watching old shows, especially cartoons and stuff, and that whole thing was you invite the boss over for dinner with your family? Good thing that has been phased out. I would hate to be like, hey boss, come over and eat with my family. You just kind of be in my house to eat food and shit. Anyways, it's just a dinner, and it's only once. I promise that my cooking isn't that atrocious. What's the dish? Corned beef on cabbage, and fresh bread with apple butter. What's apple butter? She puts a lit and hum to her voice. And it'll be fresh. Home cooking does sound nice. They keep getting me with free food. I haven't had that in a while. 7 o'clock tonight then, Murdoch? Mr. Ayers? Suppose so. 7 o'clock, Holly. She closes her eyes tight and smiles. Then I'll see you both this evening. She turns on her heels, gliding confidently out the door. Ralph opens his mouth, but then Murdoch shoots him a look. The rat exhales, breaks eye contact, then leaves the register, retreating to the back room and shutting the door. It's almost a slam, but not quite there yet. What was that all about? It's just an old dynamic they share. They grew up with one another too. Maybe one of them will feel comfortable sharing that one day. Or maybe they can spare me their baggage and act their ages. Maybe. The rest of the day goes by slowly. When the clock strikes 4 o'clock, I let the fox know I'm leaving, and he just gives me a look and a one-note grunt as he carries a bag of potatoes over his shoulder. Ralph gives me a dismissive wave as I head out the front door. It's way too hot outside today. The dry heat makes my throat feel scratchy when I suck it in. But I keep marching my way south towards the train tracks, blocking the sunlight with my paw as I look for the station. When I arrive, I look in the opposite side of the tracks and can see a gated area off in the distance. I've never been on this side of the train tracks, mostly because it's out of the way, and there's not much out here. A few dusty fields and a couple of shacks, maybe. And a graveyard, apparently. I don't see many traces of fresh flowers or anything, but I'm surprised to see real stone slabs and plaques as opposed to unmarked wooden crosses. And even more surprised to see a mausoleum. I mean, that's quite a few mausoleums, actually. Guess that's the difference between a graveyard and a potter's field. Is a potter's field a graveyard? For poor people or something? It must be nice to have people who want to remember your name, I suppose. Where the hell is that damn girl then? The door on the mausoleum rattles, and I jump back, hitting my shin on stone cross. Motherfuck! Get in, quickly now. There's a wetness I can feel beneath my jeans, letting me know I'm bleeding underneath. Good thing I wasn't pissing yourself. I don't think I could ever piss on myself if I'm afraid. If I'm uncomfortable, I can't piss. Shy pisser. 1 minute into this dumb fucking situation, and I'm already injured. She shuts the door behind me when I get in. There's a small set of stairs leading to a lower chamber with a coffin inside. Dead flower petals litter the floor, and the remains of old candles burnt down to their wick stain the alcoves, and the candle holders spread among the room. Alright. You managed to drag me all the way out here. You better have a good reason. Been 3 days now since my best friend's gone missing. And people are acting weirder and weirder by the minute lately. Weird? How? People act perfectly fine when I talk to them about any old boring thing. Then, the minute I tell them something's wrong, or I need help, it's like they aren't there anymore. Like they're listening to what you say. Like they're listening to what you say, but choose not to acknowledge it. Last month, there was a girl I knew named Mary Applegate. Real scruffy, always did what she was supposed to do. Pretty as a pecan pie. Real stuffy, not scruffy. Couldn't stand her personality, but she didn't deserve what happened to her. Mary Applegate had a lot of admirers, so it wasn't unusual to hear her getting love letters. She'd share some of the letters in the girls' bathroom from time to time. Some of them were sweet and stupid. Some of them were downright pervy. But none of them made her scared. Not until she got a letter saying, "I'm gonna get ya." A lot of us thought it was a dumb prank until she showed us the envelope filled with dead bugs. That's when all of us knew somebody was out to get Mary. Somebody weird and mean. We didn't hear anything out of it for a week until Mary came back to class. Half of her whiskers were missing. She showed us the new letter she got in the bathroom that day. It said anytime at once, and the envelope it came in had the missing half of her whiskers and patches of her pubic hair. Like, having whiskers, creepy enough, but then it's like, okay, patches of her pubic hair? Whoever was doing it was inside of her house. She was so scared that she had to move back to East to live with her aunts. At least, that's what people tell me. Ain't nobody getting letters from out East that I've heard about. It's like she don't exist no more. 3 other girls and 2 boys from the school have gone missing since then. Okay, that seems like a lot. Like, 1 person missing? Fair enough. I lived in a small town that had somebody go missing. They found her, arrested the person. Yeah, well, she was dead. Stuff. Anyways, 3 other girls that are missing since then. Could that be what we saw last night at the lake? Maybe that was them. Whoever's doing this, teachers don't give a shit because they tell us people move away all the time. The headmaster certainly don't give a shit. And the mayor don't give a shit either. I can't ever find any of the damn lawmen cause they're not at the station and doing God knows what. My best friend's own damn parents are so distraught that they won't even talk to me. So, I don't know what to do other than acting on my own. And what part of the plan involves dragging me off into the mausoleum? The part where I show you something I know about that nobody else does. She walks up into the side of the wall and pulls away the wooden plank that I thought was part of the whole underground structure. As part of the wall swings open like a door, show me that it's a thin wooden frame covered in a dirty piece of canvas that only looks like part of the wall. Do you want to save this till later? Or not? I don't know. Because it's definitely one of these things where it's like, well, either A, this is going to be the next 5-10 minutes, or B, it's going to be longer. I feel like it's going to be a whole longer thing. Ooh, good time to call it. So, comment, guys, comment something you like, dislike, tips, tricks, otherwise. If you like my YouTube and would like to see it grow, then please like, subscribe, and check out the videos that have it grow, and please remember to spay new animals to help control the pet population. And if you want to play this game, it's available for free on itch.io, but if you want to make this game and or get the news version earlier, you can go to their Patreon. A quick question, how much do we have this? Okay, we haven't seen this part yet. We've gone to chapter 2, but not chapter 3. I would want to click on this, but it's like, what could come next? Who knows? Anyways, until next time. Let's play me, GamerWolfSix. of the smoke room. So thanks and see ya.